there everyone, and welcome to my stream for Genshin Impact. Now, I have played this previously in a stream as well, but that was actually quite a while ago. It was like one of my very first ones. So I thought, you know what? Let's stream it again. Let's just have a nice little, hopefully peaceful stream, and let's play a bit of Genshin Impact. Now, this game, just to let everybody know, it is currently free on consoles and PC, as well as mobile devices. So if you want to check it out, I would definitely recommend. It is definitely a good game to play. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. Yeah, just click to begin. Shouldn't take too long to load up, I wouldn't have thought. There we are. And in we go. Got the loading screen. This game's kind of like almost like a gacha game as well. You can do summons. In this case, they're called wishes in order to get all these characters. And I have got a few characters at the moment. I will show you here. Now, you always start off with this character here. You can either choose between the boy and the girl. I have chosen the girl, who is now having a bit of a big stretch. And in my party at the moment, I have this character, who is an electric type.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
Thank you for the introduction. I was just about to say her name, and then she ended up doing it anyways in a big speech. Yeah, Fischl. And we also got Jiangling, who I need to actually level up. She's my fire type. And as you can tell, she loves food. And we have Kaya, who is our ice type. And we also have Noelle, who is earth type. Amber as well. And we also have Lisa. Now, I've seen a lot of people actually cosplay Lisa. She seems to be extremely popular. So, yeah, pretty cool. I'm just going to level up this one first, actually, if I can. Let's level her up as much as we actually can, because obviously she's in my party, so I want to level up quite a bit. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? See if we can get to level... There we go. That's fine for me. At least she's level 20 now, so that's good. And she uses a bear. Alright, so we need to level you up as well, don't we? Let's use as much as we can. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. At least you leveled up a little bit. That's fine. Alright, so let's sort out your artifacts as well. These help boost the stats. And if you use a certain amount from a set, you get certain things, like you got max HP for there and everything. So let's just do this. Yep, that's fine. Yep, alright. You need one as well for the hourglass, which is the time. Yep, I'm fine with giving you that for now. Do you have any... Yes, you need a goblet. Okay, let's give you a goblet. Yep, let's give you that. And you need two as well, which is the flower and the feather. Alright, so let's give you that. And... Oops. Would help if I press the right buttons, wouldn't it? And do we have the lucky dog one for you? Nope. Okay, that's fine. We'll just give you... Let's give you this one for now. That's fine. There we are. Alright, so what we need to do at this moment is to continue with one of the missions that I actually have, which is actually a side quest for a secret pirate treasure, which is for Kaya. So we need to go to this hidden place and basically explore. And Yep, just complete the mission basically. So let's go straight there. Alright, so we just need to leave the town. Oh, I'm wet. I just fell into some water. That's fine. Wait a minute, I just see something on the table. Ah! Nope. I just jumped right through there. There we are. Got a book. Cool. Wait a minute, you wanted to talk to me as well, didn't you? Got a commission for me, okay. It's about Dragonspine, that snowy mountain. Oof. I know about that place. I'm not sure if I should actually do that just yet. That's a bit of a difficult one. Let's leave the village of Mondstadt. Yep, we still got the depths of the ruins still triggered. That's fine. Actually, let me see if on the map there's actually any fast travel points nearby. Yeah, yes, there's the elemental trial thing here. We can actually teleport to that temple. So let's go straight over there. Alright, so pick that up. Let's climb up if we can. That'll be great. Doopy 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 doo. Climby, climby, climb. There we are. Alright, so as you can tell with this game, it's an open world. So you can just do big exploration and everything as well. At certain points though, enemies. Hold on.
Swingblade.
Get these guys. Yeah, at certain points in the game you can actually unlock areas and everything as well. Let's swap.
Freeze.
Again. Nice. Alright, so we took out some enemies there. Not too bad, not too bad. Pick up a mushroom, just because we can pick up a mushroom. Alright, so. Now where is this? I believe it's further down here. Yeah, there it is. You see the cave? That's where we need to go. And there. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go in. Yep, recommended party level 10, that's great. And we got all the characters that we need. Recommended elements is electric and ice, and we got those. Alright, let's begin. Alright, I'm gonna swap straight to Kaya, because I remember seeing in this bit that there's some puzzles and everything and that. Whoa, I fell off. Wow. Why on earth did you jump? That's not a good start, is it? Go on then, fall down to your death. Go on. There we go. That was not a good start. He just randomly jumped. I didn't even press jump, but okay. That's what you want to do? Let's try not to do that again then, shall we?
Cool it.
There we go. Ooh. Ice. Maybe that's what happened, like he tried to do that, I'm not sure. Ah.
Cool it. Freeze. Cool it. Freeze.
Whoa, I'm not doing so good. There we go. Okay, that could have gone a bit better, but we did it. I am fairly rusty on this game. I've not actually played this for quite a bit, so yeah, I'm not like making any excuses or anything. I just gotta get used to the controls again, basically.
Ah, is this the end? Where are you, my treasure? Let's look around.
I'll save you the trouble. How about
Uh-oh.
you let me take over?
No. How about no?
Sharp eye, but too slow. I'm Izzard.
Hi, Izzard.
I thank you both on behalf of the treasure hoarders.
Aw. We've been keeping a low profile. How did word get out?
We actually didn't, because we ended up asking everybody about the treasure and everything. So, yeah, we didn't really keep a low profile, I'm just saying.
Paimon won't let you have the treasure without a fight.
You would be wise not to underestimate us. My gang is just outside waiting for my order. However, they're not as, sociable as me.
I'm sorry to rain on your parade,
Hi, Kaya.
but your gang won't be participating in your current plan. If you'd like to ask why, you can go see them in Mondstadt prison. Or perhaps you'd prefer to join them permanently.
The Knights.
Hey, it's Kaya! Kaya, he wants to steal your treasure! Get him!
Ugh, almost had it.
Oh, you mean the treasure? Sorry, but there wasn't any treasure to begin with.
What?
You came all the way for nothing. Just give it up.
Oh, come on.
No treasure? Did Kaya just say there isn't any treasure?
Yes, he did.
Huh. You got me good. Didn't think
So
the
he
Knights
must have
would
been
resort
using
to
us
such
then in order
tactics.
to
A
get
thief
the treasure
has
hoarders.
no right to criticize the methods of the Knights of Favon. Wait, what are you?
You're not gonna get me. Okay. Oh God. What is this? I didn't mean it.
Oh, what did he do? What did he do?
What a
Ah!
troublemaker.
You, Knight. You're not gonna watch me die, are ya?
What an interesting suggestion.
Fine. I'll confess and go quietly. Please, just help me.
All right then. Guess I will have to do some overtime work after all.
Ah! Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Ah!
Time to fight back, I suppose. Oh, so sorry.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Okay, we did it.
How embarrassing. Having my life saved
Oh,
by
the
a
bird's
knight.
still there.
Don't forget what you promised, or that thing will be the least of your worries.
Hey, is this how the Knights of Favonius treats the people they catch?
Apparently so, yes.
I'm just joking. All right, let's take him back.
Sir, yes, sir. Captain, should we take these two in as well?
Eh?
What?
Please don't, we have to.
Of course not.
Oh, thank God for
They
that.
are the ones who made this arrest possible. Without them spreading our fabricated intel, we wouldn't have been able to catch the treasure hoarders.
You're a bad man for lying to me. Shame on the Knights.
All
Aww.
right, stop it already. Though the treasure doesn't exist, You did want it for yourself, didn't you? Otherwise, you would have informed me of your intentions, no?
Well, let's go. Paimon's done talking to him.
Just a sec. You did help me out, so you do deserve a reward. This is the triumphant Harbinger of Dawn that points towards victory. As its name suggests, it symbolizes light and victory. If you don't mind, I would like to present you with this Harbinger of Dawn as a reward.
Thank you.
Harbinger of Dawn?
That's right. It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person such as yourself. Wouldn't you say, Paimon?
Well, if the reward is this Harbinger of Dawn.
You'd forgive me, right? I'm honored to have such an understanding friend.
Yes, yes.
You have my apologies for the deception. I will not use the same method twice. What a wonderful day. Now, I have to go interrogate my suspect.
Okay.
Please
Bye,
excuse
Kaya.
me. Do come visit me at our headquarters when you have the chance.
Will do. Alright, so we did that one. Cool. Let's open up this chest. Thank you. Alright. Let's leave the domain. Cool. Okay, so we did our very first little side mission there. That's great. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay, that's a bit of a sudden jump. Right, I think I need to heal everyone. So let me just get some of the food. Here we are. Alright. Yep, that's fine. At least Kaya's full. Get this ore. Oh, we got an iron chunk. Let's keep going. There we go. Now we're just going to do a bit of exploring at the moment because we got like a chest there and everything as well. So let's just have a big look around. Let's see what we can find. And I am wet. Great. Boof. Okay.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Nice. Alright, let's open this common chest.
I'll keep this close.
Thank you. Best to keep that close, that's for sure. Oh, flowers. Alright, so let's just have a bit of a look. We got another chest over there. Cool. More slimes. Righto. I really do like this game with the setting and the music and everything. It is such a good game, like such a pretty game. It's really, really good. Really clever how they managed to do all this. Yup.
Windblade.
Nice.
Is this an answer from this world?
Well, kind of. I mean, it's loot. Wouldn't say it was an answer to the world, but hey ho. What do I know? Oh. Alright, is this checking something? There we are. Alright, so we got a bit more flowers. Alright, let's check our map. Adventure rank rewards. Okay. That should be at the Adventurers Guild. Get them. Alrighty, so we're back at Mondstadt. Alright, let's see what this Adventurers Guild wants from us now.
Look, doesn't that shop look interesting?
Just kind of.
Let's see what they're selling.
Alright, let's go.
Welcome. Every treasure here is unique, Guaranteed.
Okay.
Yep, there's nothing here that Paimon recognizes. That's for sure.
What did I tell you? These are all rare items brought back by adventurers from all corners of the world. Is there anything that catches your eye?
Uh, let's just use the first option.
No need. I forgot to mention, I operate on a trading basis. Goods for goods. No Mora accepted here. I've been trying to make something a bit special recently, and I need a lot of animo sigils to decorate it with. Do you have any animo sigils with you?
I think we have a few, don't we?
It seems the Animo Archon approves of your adventures then. More to the point, any animal sigils you find you can trade in here for items in the shop.
Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, we got 71. We've got quite a few. Alright.
Animo
have a
sigils
proper
appear
look in
all
a
over
minute.
Mondstadt. If you find yourself short, just keep exploring.
Will do.
Absolutely. What could be more beautiful than a gift from the Animal Archon?
Okay, you got me. It's actually more complicated than that, but it's easier for people to understand if I just say it's for decoration. Obviously, the reason I need animo sigils is because they have properties that other materials cannot provide. Of course. I guarantee you will be quite surprised at the result.
Okay.
Do come again soon, and bring me lots and lots of animo sigils next time.
We'll
Please
try.
also visit if you come across any weird and wonderful treasures on your adventures.
Alright, let's have a look at what she's got then. Ah, okay. So we can actually buy some of these, whatever they are. I don't know what to do. Use this traditional instrument from Mondstadt to play songs. Blessed. Okay. Huh. Oops. That's kind of interesting. Alright, let's have a look at her regular shop. I forgot, didn't I? Alright, so... Oh, we could trade them in for Mora. Okay. Got these here as well. Alright, cool. I'll look a bit more into that to see if we need certain things.
Come take a look.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Thank you, Catherine. I believe I have some rewards to collect. Thank you. And thank you. I need to get some more for that. Yep, that's fine. Alright, let's double check our equipment for our characters. See if there's any other ones I can put. Oh yeah, I can level her up
I
even more
created
now.
another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin de
Seems to be a bit embarrassed when she says that. There we go. Alright, so who's level 1 at the moment? Lisa. Okay, well I don't really seem to use Lisa that often because I've got Fischl, so I'm okay with using her. Alright, let's see what other side missions we've actually got. Can't do that one just yet because I need to get Adventure rank 10 for that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that one. Need to talk to Amber.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange rock.
Get talking to Amber then, yeah?
Have you heard? The storm terror
Go. Get talking to her. Hope everybody's enjoying this, by the way. If you're new to the channel and you are really enjoying me playing the game, don't forget to drop a follow if you like, and it will keep you up to date whenever I play this again, really. I would like to make this into a series, but if not, I will probably change the game for this particular day. We just have to wait and see what happens, really. I'm still really enjoying playing it. It just depends on if people are enjoying watching it, basically. doing
Hey,
a little jump,
Traveler,
and I don't know
I've been
why.
looking for you everywhere. How's that wind glider I gave you last time? Seems like it's really growing on you. But then again, you don't have a gliding license, do you? A gliding license?
Need one of those?
What's that? Isn't it obvious? You gotta have a gliding license to legally glide in Mondstadt.
Do we?
Oh, but we've been gliding for ages now. This is the first we've heard about it.
Yeah, definitely first time I've heard about it, that's for
You've
sure.
been gliding all over the place. Everyone's noticed.
That's not our fault, we didn't know.
So, you came looking for us because you want to give us a gliding license? No way! The Knights of Favonius have strict rules. You need to pass an exam, and only then will the Knights issue your license.
I'm not
Today,
good at
I'm
exams.
here as an examiner to oversee your official gliding exam. I gave you your wing glider, so this is my responsibility. At least that's what Acting Grandmaster Jean would say. An exam? What a pain in the butt. Then again, since Amber is the examiner,
Let's just do it.
I'm sure you'll glide through it. I mean,
pun
the
intended.
whole city saw how well you flew the day that Storm Terror attacked, so I'm sure you'll have no problems. But we do need to respect the rules and glide properly. Here, take this gliding manual. No need to memorize it. Just be familiar with everything in there.
Okay.
For example, only one person per wing glider. No carrying anything over the set weight limit. No taking off using an animo slime, and so on and so forth. Anyway, be sure to read it, okay? I had to read a load of big, thick books too when Lisa was teaching me magic. Wow, that's a big old book! Paimon thinks we best get started.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely.
Come find me when you're done. I'll be at Windrise.
Alright.
The Knights of Favonius gliding manual does not sound like a fun read.
Well, better get started on the reading then. After Amber leaves, you begin to read the instruction manual.
When the first wisp of wind brushed across the land, birds that yearned for the sky had wings, but no way to fly. They asked the animal god, "How can we reach the heavens?" To which the animal god replied, "You have yet to find that which is most important." As the god spoke, the wind thrust the seeds of a dandelion high into the sky. The birds thrust out their wings, but the breeze was all too mild, leaving them to stumble across the earth. So they went to the gorge, where the wind showed off its wild and incomparable strength. They threw themselves off the cliff and flapped their wings amongst the howling winds until they were able to fly freely in the sky. To the animal god they went to gleefully say, "We understand now. All we needed was a stronger wind to fly." In reply, the animal god said, "What you lacked was not wind, but courage. It is courage that has allowed you to become the first flying birds of this world."
Huh. The manual sounds more like a story.
That's a cool story. But is the Knight's gliding manual really written in that style?
Definitely reads like a fairy tale, that's for sure.
Anyway, let's go find Amber.
Yeah. I think we should. That was definitely strange for a manual, that. That was very weird. Maybe she gave us the wrong book? Definitely sounds a bit strange. Oh, I'll press close on that one for now. That is definitely strange, that book, though. Map. Where do we need to go? Windrise? Ah, there it is. It's actually close to the trial where we actually teleported before. Alright then. Ah, she's up there. Okay. Oops. Climb up, please. Thank you. Let's collect the mint. Alright, so we need to get up there. Alright. Here goes nothing. Whoop. Yep. Nope. I glitched a bit there. That's not very good, is it? Climb, please. There we go. Right, so she was somewhere around here, was she? There she is. She just kind of popped in. Hi, Amber.
Great, you're here. Did you have a good read-through of the gliding manual? Got all the rules down?
Well, we did read it, but I didn't understand any of the rules that were in there.
Sounds like it was a real drag. I would know. I've been there. Ugh, the gliding manual is super dry. I couldn't get into it at all. Don't tell Jean, though.
We won't.
Really? Paimon thought there were some pretty cool stories in the gliding manual. Cool stories? Oh, you must mean the example cases in the appendix.
Eh?
Some of them I like. My favorite one is about the illegal Animo slime takeoff.
That wasn't in there.
Apparently, if you pop an Animo slime and take off in the burst of wind, it shoots you up really, really high. I really want to try it. No, not that story. Paimon meant the one with the little bird who wanted to learn to fly. What? Let me take a look. Oh, shoot. This is the storybook I used to read as a kid.
Oh, for goodness
Oops,
sake.
Sorry. I
We
put
got the
both
wrong
books in
book.
the same pile and must have grabbed the wrong one when I was leaving.
Oh, dear.
How in the heck do you confuse a bedtime story with an instruction manual? This is so embarrassing. It's because maybe deep down inside, that fairy tale is the thing that truly taught me how to glide. What you lacked was not wind. It's courage that's allowed you to become the first flying birds of this world. Reading that gave me the courage to glide, to become an outrider, and to become the gliding champion of Mondstadt. But anyway, let's get back to the exam.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous. Just glide like you're used to.
Okay.
Okay then. You just need to follow the marked route to the finish.
Sounds easy enough. Here we go. Ah. Drop down a little bit, please. There we go. Ooh. Did I do it?
You nailed it!
Yay!
It's no surprise, given the way you handle your glider in a storm. The next part of the exam is in Mondstadt. See you there. Don't keep me waiting.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Alrighty then. You heard her. Back to the city. Let's not keep her waiting.
No, we're not. We're gonna transport there. There's a lot of back and forth in this one. I hope we don't have to go that far for the next task. Oh yeah, I shouldn't really be gliding if I've got a license. Oops. Oh well, too late. Too late now. And boop, there we go. Don't tell anyone. I was gliding illegally. You didn't see anything, Otto. Why do I jump all the time at the end?
Hey, here. Over here.
Hello.
I'm all set up. Let's carry on with the exam.
Okay.
Same deal as before. Glide through the markers and get to the finish without stopping in the middle.
Okay. Ah. That was weird, that one. Not gonna lie. That was weird. Amber, that was strange. Why did that one happen like that? Why is there a random box? Oh, it's a lantern. Okay, I was just about to say, why is there a random box?
Seems like you've got the hang of wind gliding now.
No, I
Let's
think
do
that
the
one was
final
just a bit of
stage.
a lucky one.
Easy! You've flown this way before anyway! Once you've passed this final stage, you'll finally be able to get your very own gliding license.
Yay.
Just keep thinking about that license. Ready?
Go. There we go. Okay. Climb up. Yo. Ah! Jesus. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Windborne traveler, you are required to land at once by the order of the Knights of Favonius. I
damn
am
it,
Otto
Otto.
of the Knights of Favonius.
Hi, Otto. What do you want?
What's going on?
I'm doing my exam.
Please, show me your gliding license.
You got eaten by Baron Bunny.
It is against the law to glide without a license. I am arresting you under Section 7, Article 12 of the Mondstadt Penal Code. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will forever carry on the wind.
Wait, I'm an instructor. This is a gliding exam.
Oh, I see. Well, you picked a bad time to hold your gliding exam.
Really? Why?
The Knights of Favonius received a report from a sister at the cathedral, claiming she saw Raptor gliding around these parts. I thought your student here must have been his partner in crime.
Raptor? Who's that?
A known criminal in Mondstadt. He always uses a wind glider to commit his crimes, so people started calling him Raptor.
Wow, he flies fast then.
So far, we haven't managed to catch him. Our plan this time was to draw him into the cathedral with a precious artifact and ambush him inside. But he escaped with the artifact. Fortunately, one of the sisters put some secret markings on the artifact using elemental magic. But he was too fast, and we couldn't even keep up with the trail the markings left behind.
Well, if you need help chasing down a gliding criminal, I'm the one for the job. So tell me, which way did he go?
As far as I know, he was last seen near Springvale. But that was some time ago.
Leave it to me. With us chasing him down together, he doesn't stand a chance.
Does that mean I passed?
Once we've got this raptor guy, we'll pick up where we left off. But no need to worry. I'll be sure to have a word with Jean.
So you mean to tell me that because of this raptor guy, I have not got my bloody license? Is that what they're saying to me? God dang it. Oh, that's a side quest. Maybe I should just trigger that one anyways, and then I can carry on. That bad thing? No, it's good that they stopped. Okay. But it's all too sudden. Scatter the people. Okay. So that one's more investigating and... Yep, okay, that's fine. I could do that one next. I'll do that one actually now, seeing as it's already triggered. So yeah, we'll just do that one now, I think. Oh, no, it's still on the track, Raptor. Okay. It's changed all of a sudden at the end there, but that's fine. I can swim. Go. Alright, let's see if we can do this tracking bit. Should be fairly straightforward, I would have thought.
This is Springvale. There must be some clues about Raptor around here. The sister from the cathedral put some secret animal markings on the artifact he took.
Okay.
Use your elemental sight and keep your eyes peeled for clues.
Alrighty then. There's one.
Ooh, hey, what do you think this is? It looks like a broken tree branch. Oh, Paimon knows it's from a frame of a wind glider. Therefore, there are no elemental traces on it. It looks like it's just a plain old tree branch.
God dang it. Okay. Next one. There it is.
A strip of cloth with the animal markings on it. Looking at the design and the way it's woven, there's a good chance it came from a wind glider.
That's good then.
Wow, Outriders have to be textile experts now? It's a harder job than Paimon thought. If this really belongs to Raptor, it must mean his wind glider is broken.
Must do, definitely, yeah. Ah, there's the one.
How do we know if this was left by Raptor or an Animo slime? Animo slimes are airborne creatures. They don't leave marks on the ground unless someone stomped on one to take off. How do we know if this was left by Raptor or an Animo slime? Either way,
You
let's
just
make a
repeated
mental
the
note of
same
these markings.
line.
They're very clear. It
Paimon's
appears that the
broken.
elemental
We
markings
got
point
broken
this way.
Paimon.
Huh. Well, do you think he ran off ahead? There's only one way to find out. Come on, we should keep following the markings.
Okie dokie.
Oh, what's that? Looks like something's going on up ahead. It sounds like there's a battle going on. Could that be Raptor? Quick, let's keep going.
Okie dokie. Ah, enemies. I see them. Hi. Sorry, Farah.
Prepare to be blown away.
Yay!
Thank goodness, the Knights of Favonius have arrived. The hilly trolls won't dare pursue me any longer.
What happened?
I can't believe it, but the hilly trolls attacked our carts. Luckily, I outran them.
Definitely,
Hilly
yeah.
Trails, but I thought the Knights of Favonius had cleared out most of the hilly trail camps around these parts.
It's a small camp not too far from the village. The route I take on my delivery runs ensures I steer clear of it. But today, some crazy fellow suddenly fell out of the sky and landed right in the camp.
Now, who does that remind me of?
Oh, it really riled them up. They chased the funny-looking fellow as he fled, which brought them out into the open. I managed to get away, but they smashed my fruit carts to smithereens. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do when the merchant caravan gets here tomorrow.
Funny looking? In what way?
Oh, he was holding on to something. Must have been heavy because he couldn't glide in a straight line to save his life. Maybe that's why he fell. Honestly, people like that shouldn't be allowed in the skies. It doesn't take a genius to know you're not supposed to carry heavy objects while gliding. I'm gonna report that idiot and make sure he gets his license revoked.
Heavy object? The artifact? This could well be our guy.
Definitely
Tell me,
sounds like
did
the
you see which
artifact.
way he went?
I managed to catch a glimpse as I ran from the hilly churls. I think he went that way.
Seems like a strong lead. On with the chase. Oh, and don't worry. As soon as I get back, I'll tell the knights to mop up the rest of the hilly churls as soon as possible.
Alright, so by the looks of things, it's the hunt is definitely going underway then, isn't it? Wow. Wonder what this artifact actually looks like anyway. Definitely be interesting to see, wouldn't it? Anywho, let's see if we can find him. Small steps.
Have a little taste.
Don't get frostbite. What's the hurry?
By royal decree.
Oops. Frozen.
Done. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Freeze!
Oh, goodness gracious.
Suffocate!
Wow, they definitely like to freeze her, don't they?
Freeze! Suffocate!
Apart from the hilly churls, there's a bunch of funny-looking people, too. Judging from the type of wind gliders they've got, I'd say this lot is with Raptor. But if that's the case, what are they hanging around here for? I wonder. Well, this measly bunch can't slow us down, that's for sure. Huh. Look where we are. The elemental power on the artifact must have worn off.
Definitely,
Raptor
yeah.
must have realized the markings would give away his position and sent his minions to slow us down. That way, when the effect wears off, he can make his escape. He won't get away with this. After him!
Alright then.
But we also haven't found the artifact, which means Raptor still has it on him. Forget these guys. Come on, let's keep following the elemental markings.
Will do. So we gotta go in here then. Recommended element is fire, and luckily enough we got jangling. Or we can swap to this one and go for amber. I think I'll swap to this one because at least we have amber. Yeah, let's do that. At least then we'll have amber in the party because this is for amber.
There's only one way over there. Raptor must be up ahead. However, it looks like the only way we can catch up is if we glide.
Okay.
But there's a ton of enemies below. They'll definitely attack us after we take off. If we're gonna do this, we'll have to glide and defeat them in one fell swoop. You still had one stage to go in your exam, right? Yeah,
do.
but what's that gotta do with anything? How about we make this the third and final stage of your gliding exam? Are you sure that's how the exam is supposed to go?
Yeah.
It's a custom version of the exam, designed by yours truly. Besides, the normal version of the exam wouldn't be fit for the hero of Mondstadt herself. So, what do you say? Woohoo! Good answer!
Thanks.
Prepare for takeoff. Raptor awaits you once you defeat all these enemies. Then that gliding license is yours.
Okay then. This is definitely an interesting one. Use the nearby wind currents to keep you afloat while evading enemy attacks. While gliding, you can drop bombs. Okay. Ah. Okay, so far so good. In, please. Ah. Come on, come on, come on. Woo. Okay, okay. Here we go. I don't like this camera view. Not gonna lie. I don't like it. Ah! Back. Jesus Christ. Eat. Eat. Eat.
Nice! You breezed through it.
Thank God for that. Okay.
You're a natural. I knew you'd be fine. All that's left now is to grab ourselves a raptor. Let's go!
Please tell me I still did that one though. Because it did still land. Okay, yeah, we did. Whew, okay, that's good. Thank God for that. Whoop. We got some food there. There we go. Bye bye. That went well. That bubble did want to actually destroy itself. Okay. I thought it didn't want to go. Fire. Oh. What you got? Cool. And the fact it couldn't. It said that I could swap character just because I was on top of a box. I'm the only one that thinks that can be destroyed somehow. Hey! Go me for noticing that. Huh. Kind of figured that out already. This isn't the first time I'm doing a puzzle like this. Alright, so...
No escape!
Sniping these guys if I can actually get them. God damn it, so close there. There we go. I feel like Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider reboot, you know? I feel like that kind of situation. Hey, you're still there? Oh, I knocked you down. Go! Bye-bye. There we go. Yay! I did it. Alright. Let's go. First things first though, I want to see if there's anything around here that I could get. Anything? No, by the looks of things, there isn't anything there. That's fine. Alright. I don't think there's anything down that way. Ah! Aha! Good job I spotted that. Otherwise I would have missed out on some loot. Go. Perfect. Alright, let's do some gliding up then. Noelle is the character that's used in the beginner's summon as well, just to let you guys know. When you actually get to the certain point in the game and you can actually do summons for the first time, you can actually do this beginner's summon, and you're guaranteed to basically get a 4-star character, which is Noelle. For me. Open sesame. Thank you. Nearly missed there, didn't I? Nearly missed that completely.
There's no way across. Ugh, he must be around here somewhere. Amber! Over there!
If you insist on chasing me, so be it. Huh? Who brought the little girl?
You must be Raptor. You can't escape.
I don't need to escape. There's no way you can make it over here.
But how did you make it there?
It is pretty high. And quite far.
Oh, little girl, why don't you run along home now and let your leader deal with this? Don't worry, I promise that once the Grandmaster gets here, I'll surrender immediately.
Yeah, right.
Watch it! You're talking to a Knights of Livonia's outrider. You'll be sorry when I arrest you.
Examine your surroundings.
You're right.
Yes, calm.
He's right there in front of us. If only we could glide across. So how did he get across?
I would say this.
Can you see anything with your elemental sight? No? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Bye-bye, kiddo.
Oh no! He's getting away! We can't hesitate any longer. The only way to get across is to glide there. But... Don't worry. I'm the gliding champion of Mondstadt, remember? If Raptor can do it, I can do it too.
He has a good point, but still.
You have less chance of surviving this than jumping off the Animo God statue in Mondstadt without your wind glider.
I'm November.
Paimon sees your point. If you rule out everything that's completely impossible, gliding is the only idea left.
Yes, it is.
Remember
We've got to do it.
You? The one I thought was the gliding manual, but wasn't?
Yeah, the kid's book.
The first birds couldn't fly. Flight was their reward for their courage to plunge into the canyon. Be my witness.
Go.
Raptor says I'll never make it. But if you listen carefully...
Wait! Stop! You'll never make it! Come on, off you go now. Back
That line
home
didn't
with a
match up
good
with the
little
subtitle,
girl.
but okay.
Raptor says I'll never make it.
There you go.
But if you listen carefully, the wind says I will make it, and that's good enough for me.
Alright, let's go. For this particular gliding, I am going to swap to Amber. Alright, here goes nothing.
Amber, no! You're gonna fall! You're gonna... It's a wind current! She's gliding! Amber's gliding!
You're crazy, kid! You must have known about the wind current. There's no way you would have jumped otherwise.
The wind takes care of those who have courage. Now sit still and await your arrest, like a good little boy.
I'll have my revenge, eventually.
Free!
Prepare to be blown away!
Dodge this.
Free!
Let it rain!
Free!
Finally done.
All right, I got him! I only noticed the wind current from in the air, and it's the only one. It would be suicide to try and escape in the direction Raptor was going. In other words, the only way Raptor could have gotten out would be this way, past us. Aha! So he was just trying to fool us by acting smug, in the hope that we would just give up and leave. Little did he know, we're not so easily fooled.
It was all thanks to your sharp thinking. Just like a wise man once said, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. At the end of the day, gliding is 7 parts technique, 3 parts instinct, and then 90 parts courage.
What you did now looked more like 99 parts courage.
It was just like in my first gliding exam. I was super nervous, but in the end, there was nothing to be afraid of, and I passed no problem. I kinda missed that nervous rush in the exams I've done since then. It just wasn't the same.
Sorry. Paimon thought you said you passed no problem. What do you mean exams since then?
Well, you see, the thing is, Mondstadt is all no glide zone this, no landing zone that. Every time I get my license, it keeps getting revoked. I must have taken the exam about 15 times altogether. But I always pass the first time. I guess my little gliding manual ain't so bad after all.
Let's go and get a copy of the real gliding manual from Acting Grandmaster Jean sometime.
Yeah, definitely. From the sounds of that.
I'll head off first because I need to escort Raptor back to the city.
That's fine by me.
Once you're back in the city, don't forget to come find me at the cathedral. I'll issue your gliding license there.
Okay. Thanks, Amber.
She just can't sit still, can she?
Nope,
Guess
she
that's
cannot.
Why she's the outrider. When this is all done and dusted, let's head to the cathedral in Mondstadt.
Definitely, yeah. That's going to be one of our protocols to go there.
Getting this gliding license has turned into quite the adventure.
It has, hasn't it? I'm more concerned about that red marking over there. Also, that animal symbol thing. I think there. I think that's what that means. Let's see what it is. I'm up here. There we go. Nearly didn't make it there. Aha. Okay, so I need to glide down? How am I going to glide down from there? Any other high points? Oh, okay. Where's the next one for these? No. Where is the next one? Can it be around here somewhere? Is that it? Oh, it's because I climbed up the tree, isn't it? Well, there's one. Where's the next one? Ah, there we go. I think I found it. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3. 1. There's one there. 2. There's another. 3. Yay! There we go. Got it. Right, now where's that red marking thing that we saw before? Oh. I don't know where it's gone. Sworn I saw a red marking thingamabob. Oh well, I'll get it next time. For now though, let's map. And we need to travel back to Mondstadt. Go. And I just noticed I have something in my achievements. Thank you. Still breaking the law, technically. Whoops. Oh well, too late. what that does. You have a weird place to ask us to meet up with you there.
Congratulations! Here is your gliding license. You're officially legal now.
Yay, I'm legal. That sounds
I'm
weird.
not surprised though. You are a natural after all. Oh, and I'll sign you up for the next wind gliding championship.
Eh?
I glide so fast that no one can keep up. It's just me up there, on my own, gliding around. It's kinda boring. Oh, fighting talk. It seems you have no idea how terrifying the championship really is. Well, until I kick your butt in the championship, I wish you a happy, liberating, and above all, law-abiding gliding experience.
Thank you.
Make sure you obey the rules. Whatever you do, don't get your license revoked.
Oh, brother. If you ask me, that's a bit rich coming from Amber.
It is a little bit, not gonna lie. Oh yay! My adventure rank's gone up. At least we got the actual gliding instruction manual.
Run along.
At least we got the actual instruction manual now. Sorry, I just noticed something in my mail. Oh! Thank you! Alright, you know what? Let's go... I think I remember something in the main menu. Oh yeah. I'm just actually going to head back to the Knights of Livonia's headquarters. This is my area where I actually normally do my summonings and everything, just to let you guys know. This should be that door there. Yeah, this is where I actually normally go for my summons. I heard that it does actually help out getting them here, but we'll see. And there we go. Yep. Thank you. Let's see. Right, so this door. And if I actually sit in this chair, this is where I always do my summon. Which is called the Wish. Alright, so... yeah, we'll do this one here. Every 10 wishes is guaranteed to include at least one 4-star or higher item. We'll have to see what we get. We already have the wish things here, so let's see. Alright. Got sword. Emerald orb. Debate club. Okay. Cool steel. Black tassel. Magic guide. Another debate club. Another emerald orb. Sacrificial greatsword. That's actually cool. I'll take that. Thank you. Sharpshooter's oath. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. We actually got quite a lot of good stuff there. Check this. That actually looks really, really cool. That looks really, really good. Nice. Alright, cool. Thank you very much for those. And I'm actually going to see if I can actually do a summon for these. Don't know which one I would actually go for, though. Probably go for this one. For Shenhe. I'll probably go for that. But I need to get a couple more of those. So let me just see if I can actually get some. Can't get any of those. I can get the 2 of these ones. Yep. And 6 of these. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I got 10. Alright. Give it a whirl. See who we get. If anyone. Skyrider sword. Yunjin. Okay, cool. I got a Yunjin. Nice. Slingshot. Emerald orb. Another emerald orb. Sharpshooter's oath. Raven Bow. Emerald Orb. Blood-tainted Greatsword. Raven Bow. At least I got a new character, so that's actually pretty cool. Let's check her out. Earth Elemental. Renowned leeway opera singer who is skilled in both playwriting and singing. Her style is one of a kind, exquisite and delicate, much like the person herself. Okay. Cool. Alright, cool. At least we actually got a character on the board there. That's actually pretty cool. In exchange for a couple of these, I think, maybe. But we'll leave it for that for now. And let's actually go into my characters and let's see her. Nice. She uses that. Okay. Sort out enhancing that weapon in a moment. So I'd like to enhance some of these as well. 8, 40, 39. Give you that one. Let's see. What's the one you got? 40, yep. And that's the highest one, isn't it? Okay. There's a new great sword for you, isn't there? Perfect. You... Shall we give you... I'll probably give you the cool steel. Yeah. I think you're already on the right one. You're fine with the black tassel. You're fine with black tassel. Not really leveled you up though. That's a problem. But hey ho. Give you an emerald orb. Alright. Artifacts. Let's see. Give you a travelling doctor. Give you adventurers, that's fine. Give you another adventurers. Give you the travelling doctor, and let's give you adventurer. Yep. Let's level you up. Nice, we leveled you up quite a bit there. There we go. Gunjin is now max level for the time being. Nice. Let's hear how she talks.
As the saying goes, you never truly know someone until you meet them in person. And at long last, I finally have the great honor of meeting you today. My name is Yunjin, and I am humbled to be the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. We have been performing at Hayu Tea House as of late, and we'd be honored to have you attend a performance sometime.
Cool. Alright, let's go into party setup. If I can. Apparently I couldn't do it because I was sat down. Let's do it again. Let's swap Noelle for now, and let's actually give... Okay, that was weird.
I can't wait any longer.
Yep. It's actually in order of height. You just noticed that. There we go. Let's continue. I just noticed though I do need to heal up a little bit. So let me just go into items. Give some food. Yep, there we go. Something's going on over there. Is that Jean?
Isn't that Jean?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Seems she's talking to someone. Let's let her finish, then go say hi.
Which is what has brought us to this point in the first place. If you are unable to promptly deal with the Storm Terror threat, then leave the defense of Mondstadt to the Fatui. We can put an end to Mondstadt's dragon issues. All we need to do is bring that monster to the...
Monster?
Yes. What's your point?
I'd expect a more professional attitude from your diplomats. Yet here you are saying you want to put an end to one of the four winds of Mondstadt? I won't have any of this nonsense in front of the Knights of Favonius.
It's not as crazy as you make it sound. Fine. That's enough negotiation for today. At this stage, it's simply an amicable exchange of constructive opinions. No? I'll be sure to make thorough notes.
Okay, I already don't like her and we just met her.
Oh, you're back. Thanks for your help. The elemental flow is finally stable. The aftermath of Storm Terror's last attack is finally settled for the moment. However, the pressure from the delegation has become too big to be ignored.
Delegation? From Liyue Harbor or Inazuma City?
Shneznaya. They choose to follow the god of Cryo. Their envoys go by a particular name, the Fatui. Heard of them?
Oh, them? They're super famous! Wait, infamous is more the word.
I don't think killing Storm Terror is the right course of action. The Cryo God's Fatui have always coveted the Animo God's power. I don't believe they have Mondstadt's best interests at heart.
Speaking of power...
What is it?
Something I need to show the Knights of Favonius.
Oh, let us head back to headquarters then.
Yep.
We shouldn't discuss important matters out in the open.
And yet you did. With the Fatui. Prologue Act 2. For a tomorrow without tears.
Mondstadt and Snezhnaya are considered the same in status. Mondstadt is independent and does not belong to any other nation. In fact, despite being referred to as a city, Mondstadt is a nation. Though, Snezhnaya's Fatui are known to be the most aggressive diplomats in Teyvat.
Makes sense given the tone of that woman just now. So rude.
She was a bit rude, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, just to see, the Knights of Favonius here, they've actually got very famous names. Athos and Porthos. I don't know if anybody's actually noticed, but the book The Three Musketeers, they're the names of two of the Three Musketeers in the book. There's Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. And then the main character of the books, I believe, is called D'Artagnan. Just a little bit of trivia for you there, everyone. Just a little bit. Hi!
It's a crystal embedded with some kind of power. Lisa, are you able to analyze it?
Let me take a look. I can see impurities in the crystal, but upon further inspection... No, I'm sorry. I can't make a proper analysis at the moment. Give me some time. I'll take a look through the library's restricted section.
Right. I'll leave the research to you then, Lisa.
Understood. I'll notify you all if I make any progress.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't go getting your hopes up. They were incredibly ancient texts, not to mention... Ouch! Gosh, that hurt! The impurities in the crystal... It hurts when I get close.
Oh, jeez.
I see. It appears to react to visions. The impurities and the elemental energy we embody repel each other. It's strange, though. You have elemental abilities as well, but don't seem to be affected in the same way.
I have no idea about that one.
Anyway, the crystal would be better left in the hands of my cutie. It will just be a pain if left with us, both literally and metaphorically.
Does she know my username?
Fascinating.
Yeah, definitely fascinating, yeah.
Do you know anything about what makes you special?
Nope.
I do not know what to make of it either. Well then, the Knights of Favonius have another favor to ask of you.
Oh, another
Please
one?
accept the title of Honorary Knight and the gratitude of the Acting Grand Master.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Honorary Knight of Favonius?
We ask for your continued assistance in finding some answers. Storm Terror's rage and strange crystals. I know Mondstadt's peace hangs in the balance. May the wind open your eyes to the truth. We'll meet back here if you find anything.
Okay. Thank you. Cool. Bye-bye. Alright, let's head on out. Story's definitely getting a little bit interesting. What's Paimon doing all the way over there?
There's something you didn't tell them.
Yeah.
The dragon and the crystal weren't the only things we saw.
I think we need to investigate on our own because there was this young boy there as well, but we don't know what's going on. So it's best to just figure it out on our
I
own.
remember him. That green guy.
Yes.
He looked just like that guy down there.
Aha! There he is. And there he goes.
See? See? Wait. Hold on a minute. That's the same guy.
There we go.
That green guy disappeared.
That's what normally happens when you run away.
Down.
Will do. We already know what we're doing with Elemental Sight. We've done this before, so...
His footprints lead to this wall. Did he climb up from here?
Must have done. Gonna try climbing then? That was a bit of a weird physics thing going on there with the climb. There we go. Yep, he ran up. There he is. Found him! That green fellow. At least we got him. Very nice.
What is to be sung transpired in days of yore, when the divine archons still walked the earth. A dragon cast his curious gaze on the world below, as he parted from the heavens that gave his birth. The dragon sought truth amongst common folk, but mortal trifles only fogged his mind. The wind-born bard strummed his strings dulce, and the holy lyre answered his questions kind. The dragon was but a child full of wonder, and soared the heavens free from care. The bard's songs invited him to sing along, for he yearned to let all perceive him fair. Enchanting legends the bard and dragon were, but the tides of despair soon engulfed the land. The Lion Fang perished, and the Falcon Flag slept. As a vile dragon approached Mondstadt in lone stand. Over the cathedral loomed death and his friends. Of the people's agony, the bard soon sang. The soaring dragon heeded his grave calls, and amidst the windstorms of brutal war sprang. Blood of venom sent the sky dragon into slumber, only to awake to be expelled in abhor. Why do people in this age loathe me so? But the holy liar replied no more. Wrath and woe, vigor and venom, poured from the dragon's bitter eyes. The dragon's curse sprawled in silence, but the liar could no longer soothe his cries.
Wait, you guys are... Oh, that's right. You're the ones that scared Dvalin away.
Dvalin? Who's that?
Well, that story was definitely interesting, that's for sure. But, Paimon, did you forget about the real name?
Huh? Oh, right! Most people seem to call him Storm Terror.
Yes.
Why do you call him that? Are you two meant to be close or something?
Oh, so close.
Hey, so... Paimon thinks this guy has a screw loose.
I'm Venti the Bard.
Hi, Venti.
3-time winner of the most popular bard of Mondstadt, to be precise.
Oh,
so,
nice to know.
What do you need from me?
Given you recognize us, Paimon doesn't believe we need to explain any further. Of course it's about Storm Terror!
Storm?
Hey! Cut it with the Amnesia Act! Alright, show it to him.
This.
Oh, isn't this...
What? The crystal has been purified? When?
Not sure.
Dvalin, the anguish he feels has brought him to tears.
Tears?
He was once such a gentle child, now so full of rage and suffering. I also came across a teardrop crystal. Can you purify it? You really do have some wonderful abilities.
Thanks.
Someone like you is going to end up getting written into a bard's poem. Oh, a hero so bright should she stand in the light, though stand in the shade, and you'll be met by a blade. Alas, I've really not the time to compose a melody for you at this moment. Anyway, even if Dvalin is not taken down, his life will still wither away in the breeze. He'll burn himself out in the flames of anger. Thank you for that, and for purifying the teardrop crystal.
No problem, even though I don't really understand what the hell is going on.
For what is to follow.
Oh, and what plan would that be?
Yeah.
Seeing this tear has brought to mind a friend so dear.
Friend?
One must be going.
Oh, God damn it.
Where are you running off to?
To the symbol of Mondstadt's hero. Bye-bye.
Symbol of Mondstadt's hero.
What do you make of that? As far as he's concerned, you're a weirdo too, you know.
Fair enough.
Know what? Familiar? I don't know. You're alone on that one. But did he just say symbol of Mondstadt's hero? Oh, Paimon knows! It's that huge tree! You know, the gigantic one. You can't miss it. Surely you still remember.
I remember. forward there. Well, teleport there, should I say. There we go. And it's raining. When does it rain in this area? Unless this is to set the mood.
Oh? What are you doing here? Though I was just wondering if you would happen to follow me. You speak of the god of Animo, Barbados? He already disappeared from Mondstadt a long time ago. Liyue and Inazuma's respective gods of Geo and Electro are still present, but Mondstadt has seen many a moon since they last saw their own god. Why do you wish to know about the god of Animo? Does it have something to do with Dvalin?
It's possible.
It's because gods...
Just how is it that everyone sees Storm Terror? I'm quite curious. That said, there's no need to rush. I have not been back in a while. It seems there are a few who are unhappy with my arrival.
Oh.
The wind! I can't open my eyes! What is a creature like that doing out here in such a cold place? You think it was going after that green guy? His relationship with the wind seems even deeper than yours. Observe! Flags up! Observe!
I need to change my party to the ones with the thingies. Can I change my party? No. Okay, never mind.
Flags fly! Nice and spicy!
Come on, land down, land down.
Booba, get them!
Oh, so sorry.
God damn it, I wasted that one, didn't I?
Dodge this.
Need to make sure that I have someone with arrows just in case next time. Come on, drop down, please. Drop down.
Observe!
Come on. Drop down.
Flags up! How embarrassing! Eat this! Yeah! Flags up!
There we go.
Seems the dragon wasn't the only thing affected by this change in the wind. Now then, you were saying someone had told you about the dragon? Is that so? Quite the scholar, I must say that, Lisa. She's not wrong. The conflict has reached this point only because both sides have resorted to the use of force. His hate, however, did not arise from the people not making tribute to the Four Winds. Nor was it born from his own nature, but instead came about as a product of his degradation.
Degradation?
The black blood flowing through his heart has been torturing him for years. That's what has allowed him to be led astray by the lies of the Abyss Mage. They're from the Abyss Order, an organization comprised of non-human beings. They despise mankind.
Oh.
I don't know where they come from. All I know is that they hold deep hatred toward the human world. Many hilichurls out in the wild take orders from them and act as their weapons. Before arriving here, I too was like Dvalin, cursed and left to waste. But now, before us stands the symbol of Mondstadt's hero, the place from which Mondstadt rose. The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. Being here with you beneath this great tree feels like when the tear was purified earlier. Like the poison is leaving my body. Feels much better.
That's good then.
So, how exactly did you get poisoned?
That would be because I tried to communicate with Dvalin earlier, but was interrupted. As a result, not only did I not manage to help Dvalin break his curse, but instead was also infected myself. Yes, it was you.
Sorry.
So to make up for it, you're coming with me to the cathedral.
The Mondstadt Cathedral? To do what exactly?
To claim a certain holy lyre de Himmel.
That sounds interesting. I don't understand how going to the cathedral would definitely help us get this item. Don't really understand that, but okay. Let's go back to the cathedral. I seem to be keeping on going to the cathedral today. That is very strange. I seem to be keeping on going to this cathedral. Hope everybody's still enjoying, by the way. Go in. Hello everyone again. Hello Sister Victoria and Sister Juliana, whoever you pronounce your name as, I don't know. You outside the cathedral. Ay ay ay. You told me to go in here.
Run along. Let's listen to conversation for 2 minutes.
Oh, for God's sake, you weren't there before.
So this Holy Lyre de Himmel is...
one of the most treasured items in Mondstadt. It's the lyre that Barbados used to play. With it, perhaps I can help Dvalin draw his gentle nature back out of this nightmare he's going through.
Will it really stop Storm Terror from causing more damage?
Of course! I'm the best bard in the world. There's not a single song I do not know, no matter if it's from the past, present, or future. Look me in the eyes. Do you not find me trustworthy?
So how can we get the Holy Lyre?
It's said that it's enshrined deep within the cathedral, somewhere safe. I'll go take a look around. You can come if you want.
This is definitely getting weird. Not gonna lie. This is getting a bit strange, this storyline at the minute. Hi.
Let me handle this.
Okay.
Hello there, sister.
May the Animo God bless you, young bard. How can I help you?
Actually, I know a secret that can save Mondstadt from its current predicament.
Oh, what a blessing from the god of Animo! But you should report that to the Knights of Favonius. Why have you come to me?
Because you, dear sister, are able to help. I'd like to borrow the Holy Lyre. With it, I'll be able to help Storm Terror.
Please see yourselves out.
What?
It's a vicious dragon indeed, but once the acting Grand Master makes up her mind, nothing can stand in the Knight's way.
That's simply not acceptable. Wouldn't Storm Terror end up getting killed that way?
That foolish beast betrayed the winds. Not even the god of Animo themselves would forgive it.
Please, I beg of you.
This isn't going well.
I'm afraid not, little bard. Strange. Somehow I feel so bad rejecting this sweet child.
Then, I guess I'm left with no other choice. I cannot hide anymore. My disciples, rejoice! Behold, the god of Animo, Barbados, has descended.
You kidding me?
You? Don't you just want to cry out and rejoice?
Well, his hair is the same as the statue for the god of Animo.
If there's nothing else, I'll be going back to handle the cathedral's paperwork now.
Wait!
Ah! Nice try, Venti.
Huh? She didn't even bat an eyelid. But I have at least learned what I wanted to know. She didn't deny that the cathedral is enshrining the Holy Lyre. Now, since you're the hotshot of the Knights of Favonius, maybe you can give it a shot.
Oh no. Well, this is gonna go well. Alright. I'm gonna be killed in this place, I swear.
Barbados bless you. I know you. You and Amber saved Mondstadt that day.
Yes, we did.
So what brings you here? Tasks from the acting Grand Master. Is that so?
Yes.
Not that I don't trust you. It's just that a suspicious bard came looking to borrow the Holy Lyre as well. He's full of nonsense and even called himself Barbados. He must be up to something. There are regulations in place for the use of the Holy Lyre. Currently, it's only used in Ludi Harpastum. Signed documents from the Grand Master, Seneschal, and Community Representative are all required. So, may I see the document from the Knights of Favonius? A signed document is required. Without it, there's not much I can do.
Fair enough, then.
If you'll excuse me, I really am quite busy as of late.
Okay. Well, we tried.
It didn't work. I knew it.
You knew it?
I just wanted to know how influential the hotshot of the Knights of Favonius is. You see,
not very by the
warrior
sounds
should
of it.
Always be presented with the best sword, and yet here we are. Does the story not make for a fitting ballad?
So what are you trying to say? That we're not good enough?
No, that's not it. More of a commentary regarding Mondstadt's inability to see the warrior standing right before its very eyes. Very well. Looks like borrowing it is not going to be possible. We're simply going to have to steal it.
What?
Today we stand for free will. Any suggestions on just how we steal it?
Nope.
Come now, speak up. That's what free will is for.
I don't want to steal it.
Look at you, sidetracked from the start. But seriously, you're more suitable for the job than I. Aside from singing, I don't really have any other talents. Besides, if I was caught, I'd have no one to right the grave injustice of my arrest.
How can it be a grave injustice if you got caught stealing red-handed?
But things are different for you. You are the superstar of the Knights of Favonius. You have made contributions to Mondstadt. Should you get caught, you would easily be able to talk your way out of it.
No, I wouldn't.
It seems they're off duty throughout the night. If we manage to seize this opportunity, it should be smooth sailing from here.
Stop mentioning us getting caught!
Yeah.
What do you say?
I want to go home.
Yes. Seems I did mention that.
Yes, you did.
The point being, why does your decision hinge upon whether or not I am a god?
Paimon will fill you in on her background story when we get the time.
Huh?
Okay, so we need to enter the cathedral. Right, what time is that? Okay, so I need to walk in and then walk back out again? Is that what you're saying that I need to do? Ah, that's easy enough. Infiltrate the basement. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Just run through. Just run through. Don't care. I got it. Dang it!
You! She disappeared!
Freeze! What are you doing here?
No, run!
We're innocent. We don't have it. I didn't take it.
No! We're busted! Run!
What? Follow me.
Ah! Great. This has gone well. I'm in.
Master D. Luke, this is this week's accounts.
Oh, it's you!
The disaster has greatly affected business.
Well, let's hope it all ends soon.
Hi! We'd like a seat at your, least conspicuous table.
Ay.
The second floor has fewer customers. You'd be less conspicuous up there. But aren't you a bard? Why not sit front and center?
Let's save the paid performance for next time. We'll be heading up now. See you in a bit.
Hey, keep an eye on them. There's something strange about that bard. I'll go ask around.
Ask who exactly?
The protectors of Mondstadt.
He really does not like the knights, does he?
Master D. Luke, have you seen two thieves around?
Hi, Otto.
What happened? Why have you mobilized so many guards?
Haven't you heard, Master D. Luke? Two thieves are trying to steal the Holy Lyre.
Huh? How odd.
Isn't it? The Holy Lyre is a treasure that was played by the god of animal themselves. Such a precious piece of cultural heritage.
Why would one want to steal something they can't sell off? Would pay better to steal from my sellers.
Huh?
Sorry, off topic. Believe they headed that way.
Understood. Thank you, Master D. Luke.
That was interesting.
Today, I think I'll have a glass of...
milk.
You can put down that bottle you stole from behind the counter.
something cold.
Right. I want answers.
Let me finish my drink first. I'll pay you. Well, with a performance.
It's not about money. You seem too young to be drinking.
No need to worry. When I started drinking, you were still... Oh, you want to ask, who's this? Am I right?
Yes.
He is Master DeLuke, the boss of... the owner of this tavern. He's very famous. By the way, his dandelion wine is one of my favorites. Although most of the time I can only afford a bottle or two.
I just heard about some thieves from the guards. For the record, I like your guts for trying to steal the Holy Lyre de Hamel. Even if you are fools. But we don't often get to see people like you.
It wasn't us that stole it. The real thief is still out there.
This is the hotshot of the Knights of Favonius. Why would someone so aspiring steal Mondstadt's sacred treasure?
Hotshot? Oh, so it's you. So,
Hi.
you and the Bard are close friends?
Not really close.
Despite only being a passing traveler, you still offered your help to Mondstadt in its time of need.
Yeah.
A shame you joined the Knights. The Knights of Favonius. inefficient right from beginning to end. And towards the Fatui, weak and conservative. Forget it. I don't feel like talking about it.
Okay.
Seems you don't really like the Knights of Favonius.
Just differences in approach is all. I have my own hopes for this city. Now, answers. Why did you steal the Holy Lyre?
You sure you want to know? It could implicate you in the affairs of the Knights of Favonius.
That's fine. I somehow always end up implicated in their affairs.
If I tell you the story with a performance, will you believe me?
It depends. I'll make my own judgment.
Then will I get paid?
Your reward will range from anywhere between 5 mora and the Holy Lyre. It all depends on your story.
Okay.
Very well. Let me put on a show.
At least we're hearing some nice music.
What did I just witness? This is confidential information. Why did you let me know?
Why? Perhaps the winds are changing. What say you, Master Diluc?
Interesting. Give me some time. I'll organize some contacts.
Okay.
Outlander, as one of the knights, it seems you're not a suspect. Blonde is the only description on the wanted poster. You should be safe. As for the bard, however, it'd be better if you stayed in the tavern.
No problem. I like taverns.
Okay. Let's meet here tonight after the tavern closes.
Hey, cool. Watch it, it's leave, then go back in. Yeah, it pretty much is. Oh, then I'm explaining the description of our brother. Cool.
You're here.
Hi.
Wait, you're...
Jean? Why are you here?
First of all, I contacted more than one person. Secondly, she came here as Jean herself, not as the acting Grandmaster.
Okay.
A Jean you would never see, even as an honorary knight.
What a surprise. I heard about the Holy Lyre, but I never suspected it was you. So, the sound of the Holy Lyre can purify Storm Terror and return it to normal? Is that true?
That's right. Your honorary knight is putting themselves on the front line to try and resolve this Storm Terror issue. Now that's the hotshot of the Knights of Favonius I'm talking about.
Feels like we're breaking the law, though.
I understand this kind of absurd explanation is hard to believe. But we can ask the bard to play the song again to try and persuade...
I believe you.
That was quick.
To persuade our stubborn command... Wait, what?
I can't think of any reason for Dvalin's betrayal, given it was once one of the 4 winds. However, if it was poisoned in the battle over Mondstadt all those years ago, and then corrupted by the Abyss Mage after it woke up, we can't really blame it. But as acting Grandmaster, I obviously cannot make such a statement publicly. Diplomatic pressure from the Fatui makes it hard for us to seek a peaceful resolution to the Storm Terror issue. People would think I've lost grip on the gravity of the situation. That's why I can only do this in private.
That's one of the reasons I don't like the Knights of Favonius. What surprises me is that you would believe in Outlander so easily.
My cautious and meticulous superior, even you trust him, don't you, sir?
I already told you not to call me sir. Never mind. We don't often get to work together after all.
I think we'll pretend not to have heard anything, otherwise it would have caused some problems.
Wow, this is really awkward.
Yeah.
I have a rough idea of where the Holy Lyre de Hamel is.
Nice recovery. She's really talented at changing the subject.
The conflict between Mondstadt and Snezhnaya stems from the conflict between the 7 nations and their respective gods. The cryo-gods Fatui seem to be after the Animo god's power. Right. If the Knights of Favonius publicly prevented an attempt on Duvalin's head, then the only other way to affect the Animo God's power is to take the Holy Lyre.
The number of Fatui that have come to Mondstadt is far from limited. I've already managed to coerce a few reports out of them.
Diluc has determined that the Holy Lyre is not being held in the Goth Grand Hotel. I imagine they don't want to leave something stolen in a place where it could be so easily found.
That's a good point.
Paimon gets it. If too much of a scene gets made, then it becomes a big diplomatic issue.
Such is the diplomacy between the Seven Nations. Outlander, ready to go?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Jean just said the Fatui are trying to take Dvalin's power for the Cryo God. I fear this might fall short of their true intentions. I think they intend to use Barbados' connection to the wind to draw him out. Just like Lisa traced the source of the storm to the temples.
The god of Animo? Hasn't been seen.
Might as well get going. I was gonna wait until they stopped talking, but it seemed like they're gonna keep on talking.
Huh?
Maybe an awkward
Forget it.
again.
I don't like having to pry. Here, take...
Oh.
What is it?
A disguise to protect your identity. Put it on before you run into the Fatui. Unfortunately, there's still one of Mondstadt's allies. At least that's the facade we're maintaining. Our actions are going to get them stirred up. Better to not implicate yourself on a personal level.
That's fair enough. Before we actually go and do that, though, got another one here. Yep, that's fine. And I want to actually improve some of my equipment as well, if I can. There we go. Nice. All right. And then I think we are actually going to be leaving it here for today, everyone. So thank you all very, very much for joining me today. I hope you all enjoyed. Now, I will be streaming again tomorrow. It is not going to be another Eden, though, I'm afraid. It's going to be a different game. Not sure which one it will be yet, but that stream will still be happening. Don't you worry about that. And another Eden will actually be back next week, just to let you guys know. I also have a YouTube channel for my stream archives. I have Discord server. I've got my Twitter account. I've obviously got Twitch, as you can see here, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be able to watch this. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me through message on a chat, through a whisper, through a comment on Twitter, anything like that. Just don't hesitate to ask me. I will be back tomorrow, probably around 12 o'clock GMT, for another stream. As always, I hope you have a very lovely day or night, depending on time of where you are, and I hope to see you all for the next one. Bye for now.